Say alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashemi, Oshai, Ba'ashemi, Kakodash. We see them on the apostles and elders, agreements on the noble, our teachers, our apostles in truth, and we say salutations to all the Akimos, the pushing the truth and say, din and the out, constantly in season or season, we say, Shalom. Once again, going into our video here, and that's basically touching upon the gas prices. Now, this morning I wake up, it have many other things going on. As at the time that we're in, it's so much stuff you see and so much prophecies you see playing out, so much things, so much things happening. Now, one of the things that was trending and was trending news-wise was the heavy increase of gas prices and so forth, right? Now, one of the things are going to is how the increase of gas prices, of fuel prices, does have an effect on the economy and have an effect on the things around here. This is something that people don't know. Is that with these things increasing and with the wars and so forth and so all these things happening, it have an increase. It will have an effect. It must have an effect on your everyday life. Now that is what we see. And to the common Jake, again, Jake don't care. Jake don't even watch the news where it is going on. They just, when something happen, then they just be like, wait, where this coming from? And that is the spread that they go be. That is why the scripture say they will see peace and a sudden destruction happen, right? And then even in the next scripture say they will ask, where has the Lord pronounced this evil unto us? But it was right there, right? So nonetheless, let me go into this article here. Now, you know what? Before going to the article, let me just read the scripture, because this scripture is something I want to start with. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15. I will go straight down to I'll start from verse 23. It said, the fire is gone forth from his wrath, and had consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. It said, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. So is the Lord doing all this stuff, right? You see, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come unto the whole earth. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For God shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against them. So going into this year, going into what eventually will happen with the increase of gas prices, you would see the kind of chaotic time that we're going into, and all the chaos that could happen with this. Now, going into the article here, it says, how do high oil prices affect the economy on a micro level? It says, as a consumer, you may already understand the microeconomic implications of higher oil prices. When observing higher oil prices, most of us are likely to think about the price of gasoline as well, since gasoline purchases are necessary for most households. When gasoline prices increase, a larger share of households' budgets is likely to be spent on it, which leaves less to spend on other goods and services, meaning that you need the gas. We know it are certain places that need gas to, like, for the home, like to keep them warm, to keep them so they wouldn't be freeze to death. They need this for the everyday services, for your car, for your house, for all this other stuff. Now with the increase of that, as the article says, which leaves less to spend on other goods and services. Now what that would cause for your food, for the things you need to survive, right? Let's say the same goes for businesses whose goods must be shipped from place to place, or that the use of fuel as a major input, such as in the airline industry. They say higher oil prices tend to make production more expensive for businesses. So now with that, you would see an increase in prices for goods, and what you would see is a decrease of the particular item. An increase in the price, but a decrease in how much supplies you would get. Causing what? It would eventually cause a trickle down to what you would get with famines. That is why you're seeing right now on your shelves, or in the groceries, you're seeing a decrease in stuff. some of the shelves remaining empty because of what it is going on worldwide. You understand? So what you would see is a decrease in the food items and the stuff that they need, but are increasing the price. So it will cause what? Famine soon eventually. Hey, you wouldn't have money to pay for a particular item, right? So it's a higher oil prices tend to make production more expensive for businesses, just as they make it more expensive for households to do things they normally do. So now your everyday life would be what? It would change. Your everyday life that they are accustomed to would change. And again, this is the time that we going into. We ain't going into no nice time. This is hey, we're going into some heavy times, right? Um, so let us read back the scripture here. Say, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. So, hey, one of the sufferings coming from is from what? Coming from the pandemic. And that was a hard time, meaning economy wise, home wise, so forth and so on. And you see the plagues come upon you all earth, and ye shall remain in them. So we're not going to come out from it. The things that we're going to face, we're not going to come out. They're just going to continue. The birth pains. You understand? The ripple effect of all these things you're seeing going on around here. Right? We're not going to come out from it. This is the time that we're in. The things that was prophesied, the things that were written and foretold to happen unto us, you've seen it happening. And everything that's work with that time. It mightn't happen boom, boom, boom. It mightn't happen everything happen one time. No, it just take a period of time to happen. But you're seeing it happening. So it say, for now where the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for God shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Now this is the thing, God shall not deliver you. This is even over the weekend, me and a brother was talking about Christianity and the doctrine about the pre-tribulation. That is something we touch upon in the streets. That pre-tribulation doctrine they love to bring. But the scripture stating here is what? It say for God shall not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. Means you have to face the things that the Lord bring. That the Lord won't bring upon you. You have to go through these trials and tribulations. Talking about Jacob troubles. He's talking about all these things. The death, the famines, the wars, all these things that are written and foretold to come. Right? I'm going to jump to the next scripture here, right? We jump to our next scripture here quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. You know what? I would I'll jump to verse 5. It says, for like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And ending in effects and signs. That is what we see in the downfall of a kingdom. We see in the downfall of this place. Now, how you seeing it is what? In effects and signs. And this is the signs, the effects, the prophecies that the Lord the Lord warned us about. The things that are written inside of here, you're seeing it happening. Right? Now, you're seeing the trickle-down effect with the increase of gas prices. It's just as they make it more expensive for households to do the things they normally do. So your everyday life is about to change. The things you're accustomed doing is about to change. It turns out that oil and gasoline prices are indeed very close related. It's a plot average. Let me go down a little bit. What effects do oil prices have on the macro economy? I've just explained how oil prices affect households and businesses, which is just that, right? And it have a negative effect. It have a negative, and again, for those who do not know, if you go and watch the groceries and watch the prices on certain stuff, you see everything on an increase. But you see the demand and the supplies, the quantity is on a decrease. You understand? So all these things the Lord warned us about what famines. These were things were foretold to come, right? All these things were foretold to come, to written to happen, right? Right? This is We're marking in the article here. It say I've just explained how oil prices affect households and businesses. It is not a far leap to understand how oil prices affect the macro economy. Oil prices Oil prices increase are generally thought to increase inflation and reduce economic growth. In terms of inflation, oil prices directly affect the prices of goods made with petroleum products. As mentioned above, oil prices indirectly affect costs such as transportation, manufacturing, and heating. The increase in these costs can in turn affect the prices of a variety of goods and services. Producers may pass production costs on the consumers. So you're seeing where it is happening, and you're seeing that happening right now, right? You're seeing that happening right now. They said the extent to which oil prices increase lead the consumption price increases depends on how important oil is for the production of a given type of good or service. Oil price increase can also stifle the growth of the economy through their effect on the supply and demand of goods other than oil. Increases in oil prices can depress the supply of other goods because they increase the cost of producing them. In economics terminology, high oil prices can shift up the supply curve for the goods and services for which oil is an input. So again, certain countries will be able to get certain stuff, causing what will trickle on to what you would see famines. Because again, you're seeing countries wanting people to stock up on the food, to stock up on certain items and so forth, because it having a lack thereof of that particular item. Oh, let me jump to this is Matthew chapter 24. I will go to verse 6, and say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all these things must come to pass. Now we've seen all these things happening because of the wars, the things that are taking place, right? I say, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. There shall be famines and pestilences, and we've seen that happening. Famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So all this is what? This is just the beginning of the sorrows. It are far worse to come. Right? It are far worse to come. So you say increases in oil prices can, right? Let's go down here. I say high oil prices also can reduce demand for other goods because they reduce wealth as well as induce uncertainty about the future. Hey. So you see the crash of an economy, right? I'm going to go down a little bit. Go down a little bit, yeah. Let's say finally how monetary policymakers treated the economic shocks caused by the rise in oil prices also may have played a role in the impact of the shocks of economic growth and the inflation rate. Causing what? That eventually they would cause chaos. Right? So you're seeing the negative effects of the increase of oil prices and so forth. And this part here is energy consumption. And you need that, right? So it's basically it is a rough time. This obviously have a negative impact upon everything, right? So it's say let's jump back to Matthew 24 verse 8. Say, and all these are the beginning of sorrows, just the beginning of what it is the time that we're coming into. You understand? This is just the beginning. Right? Time again, the time that we're going into, the time that we're in is critical time. This negative effect to you right now, it may not affect you because you don't know. You may not know, but again, going to groceries, Go in the markets, go in the supermarkets and so forth, and you would see how it affecting the stores, how it affecting the stores, businesses and so forth on a high level. And today it was trending worldwide that it increased again to the highest record it has ever been. So again, you see in the time that we're in. But again, as the Lord said, you know, hey, and the plagues has come, and what? We shall remain in them. We shall remain in them. You know? Hey. So with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We said about our apostles and elders of great most and all our teachers, our apostles in the truth. And we say salutations, holy Akamas, push on to say din and the out. You know, constantly in season or season, we say Shalom.